Good morning, guys. We are back at it virtually, and I know that with training times in the morning, it might be hard for people to join, so I'm going to record each of the lessons. So we did linear in about a week and a half, and now we're going on to the next function. Again, this is one you've had before, but we're going to review it, and hopefully a lot of it comes back to you, and you recall it from even some of the work we've done earlier this semester. So we're going to start with a quadratic in this form right here. Now, the way that I know that this is a quadratic equation is this squared part here. When the function of highest degree is squared, that is the exponent on a variable, the highest one is a 2, we call that a quadratic. Okay? And this form of a quadratic right here, that's called vertex form. So in that form, if you guys remember, this means it's shifted 1 to the right and down 4. That's from the work we did on transformations. So this shape, if I were to graph it, it'd be over 1, down 4, which would put me about right there. And if you remember, hopefully, a quadratic has this shape here. Okay, so if I wanted to pick up a couple other points, I know one point is 1, -4, right? 1 to the right and down 4. Now I need points on either side. So I'm going to try a point left and right of that. So if I go to the left of that, I go to 0. I plug in 0. 0 minus 1 is -1, or -1. -1 squared is 1. 1 minus 4 is -3. But I plug in 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 squared is 1. 1 minus 4 is -3. So it looks like 1 -3 and 0 -3. I'm going to go one more this way. Let's go one more. Let's count up. So instead of here's 1, 2, I'm going to go up to 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 squared is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. Now, because this function is symmetrical, it looks like if I go up and over the same amount, I should be right there. So I also probably can guess it's -1, 0 if I go the other way. So if I graph this guy, she looks like this, right? She's this kind of curved U shape. So a couple things about this shape. One, like we just said, it's symmetrical. And it's symmetrical about the line that cuts it in half. And that line, or that kind of thing that we can see if we were to I'll just dot it in here. That thing there is called our axis of symmetry. And it looks like we define it as at x equals 1, right? X equals 1 is the line of symmetry that if we cut it in half, this half is exactly the same as that half. The vertex is this point down here, right? Our lowest point, or this could also be its highest point, 1, -4. And it looks like in our equation here, the h and the k, right? The h and the k, those are just the coordinates of the vertex. Right? So one form of quadratic that we're going to do with is this vertex form. Okay, boom. The next form that we'll see a lot of is this form here. And again, this one you might say, how is that a quadratic? Well, if I multiply this out here, I'm going to end up getting an x squared, which is a quadratic. So this guy here, we've got this form of a quadratic is usually called intercept form. But sometimes you'll also hear me say it, or we might read it or see it in a video, call it factored form. Either way of describing it is fine. So in factored form, and maybe you guys remember this, when it's in this form, these different factors can tell us the zeros of the function. That is, I know that when a number that I plug in here will give me 0 out. And so normally for these, we graph it by saying, oh, if I plug in -1 plus 1 is 0. 0 times anything will give me 0. So I know this is a point, and I know this is a point. So I know -1's a point, and I know 3 is a point. For this one, I know 1's a point, and I know -2 is a point. And for the last one here, I know that 1 is a point and 3 is a point right there. Those are the values that make each of the factors 0. And so that's why they call it factored form. But you notice these are also x-intercepts, right? These tell me the x-intercepts, which is also why we call it intercept form. So now the question is, how do I find out, if they all look like this one up here, how do I find out where that axis of symmetry is and where the vertex is? Normally what we do is we just split these two in half. So I know that the middle between those here, it looks like, is at 1 here. Like that's the middle. Ooh, this one's going to be a little trickier. The middle looks like it's kind of halfway in between there. And here the middle is right there. So to find out exactly, like, is it this low? Is it this low? We go to 1. We know it's at 1. So I'm going to actually just type that in here. I'm going to put our x-intercepts in here. -1, 0, and 3, 0. But that axis of symmetry we know is x equals 1. I don't really need this parentheses. The question is, what's that vertex, right? So the thing is that if I want to find any point on this function, I found these two. I just need to plug 1 in to here. So if I plug 1 in here, I'm going to get 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 minus 3 is -2. So that looks like that's going to give me -4. So when I plugged in 1, I got -4. Oh, that's that. This one might be a little trickier. It looks like we're going to plug in 1 and -2. We're going to plug in what? -1/2. So if I plug in -1/2 here, -1/2 minus 1 is -3/2. And -1 plus 2 is 3/2. So that looks like it's going to be equals 9/4, right? Because -3/2 times -3/2 is -9/4, and that negative makes it positive. 9/4 is like 2.25, so it's going to be like right there. And that negative, if you remember, it means it's going to be going down. Just like that. And this middle here looks like the middle we said was at 2. So if I plug 2 in there, 2 minus 1 is 1. 2 minus 3 is -1. That looks like it's going to be -2. It's going to be right here. Okay, so it looks like our vertex here we said was at 1, -4. Our x-intercepts here, I'll move it up a little bit. For our x-intercepts, we said were -2, 0, and 1, 0 with an axis of symmetry of -1/2. And our vertex is, looks like it was at -1/2, 9/4. 1, 0. That's that guy. 3, 0. Right down the middle between those two that cuts it in half is our axis of symmetry, which looks like it's at 2. And then we just plug 2 in to find the y value of our vertex, which ended up being -2. Great. So if you notice, if it's in factored form, right, the p and q tell us the x-intercepts. And so what we just did to find the vertex, just so I can write it out for you, it says, how could we find the vertex if we have this form? Because this form tells us the x-intercepts, but to find the actual vertex, we kind of know that first the vertex is exactly in the middle of the intercepts. And then what we usually do is plug in x to find y. All right, so those are the two forms besides standard form that we're going to see these guys. The quadratic, second degree, vertex form. You can read the vertex, 1, -4, or intercept form or factor form where we can read off the x-intercepts. So I know it's been a little bit of time here, so I'm going to actually pause and I'm going to go and do one problem with you, but why don't you just take a break real quick. Okay, so we're just going to walk through one problem together, this guy here. So we've got our three forms. This is the form we normally see it in. I'm just reiterating, this is vertex form when it's written like this, and that tells you the vertex, or when it's written like this, it's intercept form. So here's our graph of a good old quadratic. Okay. And a word you might remember, parabola is the name of the U shape. So this shape is a parabola. So it says write an equation of the parabola in vertex form. So here's my vertex right there. Looks like that's at what, 2, -9. So my first thing is to say, oh, it's shifted 2 to the right and down 9. And it looks like if you go over 1, you go up 1. Right, that like this isn't steeper or wider. So normally we'd put a number out here, but we could write it. But this is just a 1 out here. We usually don't write a 1, so that's it right there. If you wanted to check it, we could pick a point like this. This 3 point looks like 3, -8, 3, -8. So if I plug in 3, 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1. 1 minus 9, -8. So that point works. So this guy works. Now if we're going to write it in intercept form. So I don't start with the vertex. Now I go up here and see, I see -1, right? -1, 0, 5, 0. So I'd write it like so, because -1 would make this 0, and 5 would give me an output of 0. And then again, I would check another point. So let's plug 2 in. 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 minus 5 is -3. 3 times -3 is -9. So that checks out. So both these equations work. And then if we wanted to get it just in our general form, we would just multiply those out. This one's probably easier to multiply out. So we get x squared, right? Plus x minus 5x minus 5. And it ended up being x squared minus 4x minus 5. And there's all three forms. Vertex form, we build the equation from the vertex, or we can build it from its intercepts, or we can write it out as it's all multiplied out. Whether you multiply this form out or this form out, you'll get this general form. So, yeah, this is our world. We've done this some, so I think hopefully you're somewhat comfortable with it. Last bit here has some axis symmetry. You guys hopefully can see that. That's right there, cuts right down the middle. That's at x equals 2. Okay, hope that helps. And that's day 1 of our December virtual term. Bye for now.